Night to the Sky was the most atmospheric and playable flight sim of 1991. We're going to take a good look at the do's and don'ts of being a successful World War I fighter pilot in Microprose's Wizard Crate Pack Classic. For sheer flying fun, this leaves most jet-based sims languishing back in the hangar. Don't try to climb too steeply. Remember, a lot of the planes that took part in World War I did well to simply stay in the air. Find the stall point of the plane you're flying and keep the nose below that point. You'll notice that the speed is the first thing that is sacrificed when you try to gain altitude, so you're best advised to climb steadily and keep your speed up. Altitude is a critical factor in most encounters. Use the quiet periods when there are no enemy planes around to gain height, so you'll have the upper hand when your next dogfighting encounter takes place. Flying high or low gives you the best chances when crossing the trenches. If you fly at a tricky middle altitude, you're far more likely to be hit by ACAC fire. Use the shift key to bring up the map. That way you can see exactly where you're going and find out where your target is. Here you can see it just above Armentier. Straight away we can hear an enemy on our tail. Make full use of the F2 shift key, so this will give you an advance warning of the enemy fighter. Keep an eye on your fuel gauge as well. It's not fun getting stranded behind enemy lines. Dogfighting. When dogfighting with one or more enemy planes, it's important to remember the following points. Flying straight an enemy plane with him heading for you is not as bad a situation as it might first appear. You'll quite often take him on the first pass. But should you damage him or miss him altogether, turn as tightly as you can. Here we can see our first target, the balloon. Slow down the speed. We missed him that time, so let's try again. This time slow the speed down again. Remember, the enemy balloons have pilots. If you hit them when they're jumping out, you'll be reprimanded for it. There's a good hit. Go to the rear view. Let's go into replay to see exactly what we did. As he came over, we pulled back on the speed. This tricked him into thinking that we weren't there. Bang, we took him out. Now let's turn around again to take that balloon out. He's down there somewhere. They've pulled him down low. So we're going to have to go right down. There he is. Line it up. Pull back on the speed. And only fire when you're sure. Good, you destroyed him. Looks like we got shot down behind enemy lines though. So we have to continue with the game. Check the aircraft hangar at all times. You'll find different planes available at different times of the war. Challenging enemy aces is an excellent way of achieving great glory and improving your chances of becoming ace of aces. But you'll have to master dogfighting skills to outmaneuver those aces. If you're on the tail of an enemy plane that's in fairly level flight, aim above the target so that the natural arc of your bullets take them to their intended destination. Once you've mastered the flight controls and learnt a few maneuvers to get that Hun exactly where you want him, peppering his tail with lead will become second nature. And there he goes, going down. Damage survival. Various parts of your plane can be damaged when you're hit by enemy fire. Damage to most surfaces and instruments is progressive. But should you take a hit yourself and get wounded, you're best advised to head groundwards. When you're wounded, you're far more likely to crash than before, even without anyone taking pot shots at you. So basically, you want to get down to terra firma as fast as possible. If your engine takes a couple of direct hits, you may be able to still limp home. Just rather more slow than you might like. When you suffer more serious damage like this, you should consider heading for the nearest Allied aerodrome. If you feel that you're unlikely to make it, a landing anywhere in Allied territory is better than nothing. There are two levels of scoring going on behind the scenes in Night to the Sky. The first and most obvious is the number of kills you have to your name. This is quite simply the number of enemy planes and balloons you shot down during your career. The other scoring system remains more hidden to the player, and it's this which governs your promotions throughout the war. Your rating goes up the more of the following enemy targets you destroy: planes, balloons, hangars, depots, bunkers, gun emplacements and trucks. Each mission you'll receive a boost to your promotion chances if you manage to return home to your base, so it could be well worthwhile limping those extra few miles for additional glory. But don't get severely wounded, because that's the end of the game. And this is a screen you just do not want to see. So continue. Here's a hangar, let's take it out. Slow down the speed and lay on those bullets. But you can hear enemy fire from behind you. So switch to the rear view function, check out where he is, slow down your speed, so as he comes over you, you slow down, then take him out with a quick blast. Bang, he's down. If you're tracking an enemy plane that's in mid-turn, remember to aim well ahead of the target so the bullets reach the spot you expect him to occupy rather than the one he's now in. If you have an enemy plane on your tail, don't always rely on a simple banking maneuver to shake him off. There are plenty of maneuvers. The Fokker bounce might serve well in turning the tables, giving you that chance to riddle him with bullets. Or why not invent a maneuver of your own? Victory means medals, and that means a chance to become a Knight of the Sky.